What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Z Sports and Entertainment. I am Z, and today we are going to talk about the NFC North. And just week one is in the bag, so we got a pretty good sample size of what the season is going to look like. Granted, it is week one, and week one to a lot of people can be fool's gold. So, we got to figure this out. But we're going to try something a little different today. Today we're going to do our first ever videoless, content. So you're gonna hear my voice. You're gonna see some shots. You're gonna see some snaps. You're gonna see some things. So let me know how y'all like it. Let me know if y'all miss my face, and let me know if y'all want to go the old traditional way. But without further ado, we're gonna get into this NFC North, and we're gonna pop it off with the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions have had a pretty exciting off season. They, for the most part, with Aaron Rodgers leaving and the Vikings losing a lot and the Bears just being a big question mark, a lot of people truly feel like the Lions could come out of this season as the division champions in the NFC North. And they didn't disappoint in week one. A lot of guys stepped up on the defensive side of the ball. Adrian Hutchinson looked like he could truly be a defensive player of the year candidate. The linebackers played pretty darn good. Barnes and Jack Campbell looked good. The secondary did a pretty good job on Kansas City's receivers. Granted, they did not have Travis Kelce, and Kadarius Toney had some key drops. But for the most part, they look good. They look good. Jared Goff has completely turned his career around. When they made that trade with the Rams, it was thought that Jared Goff would probably be a bridge quarterback for maybe a season, 2 at best. And now all of a sudden he's the Lions franchise quarterback, and they aren't even thinking about drafting anyone. So congratulations to Jared Goff for just getting back to where he wanted to be. So I like it. I like that team a lot. Amon-Ra St. Brown looks like he's not gonna stop. Rookie tight end Sam Laporta looks like he's gonna be pretty promising, and I'm most excited about the duo in the backfield of David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is electric, and David Montgomery is turning himself into one of the best power backs in football. So I like what I'm seeing out of the Lions a lot. We'll see if they can keep it going. But granted, the Chiefs were without Travis Kelce, and they were without Chris Jones. The Lions are going to be without Jameson Williams for the first 6 games for the gambling incident. It's tough. It's tough if you're the Lions, because it's easy to sit here and say, oh, if the Chiefs had Chris Jones, or if the Chiefs had Travis Kelce, that they wouldn't have stood a chance. I mean, yeah, we can say that, but they just looked. They didn't look overpowered by the Chiefs. And I don't know. That could just be because the Chiefs had a terrible game. Or it could be because the Lions are that good. But that's what we got 17 more weeks to figure out. Alright? I like the Lions. I like what they're doing a lot. I really enjoy watching them play football. The passion that Dan Campbell, comes with. It's amazing. It's amazing. We'll see if they can keep it up. I hope they can keep it up for the city of Detroit. We'll see. We will definitely see. What do we want to do next? Let's talk about the Vikings. The Vikings A lot of question marks surrounding the Vikings. You know, Dalvin Cook gone, Adam Thielen gone. Who else? Patrick Peterson gone. Eric Kendricks gone. I mean, they have lost a lot. And looking at them week 1 against the Buccaneers, the Baker Mayfield-led Buccaneers, I must add, they just didn't. They other than Justin Jefferson doing what he did, and you know Jordan Addison getting involved and you know things like that, they looked like a very average football team. They looked very average. They looked very mediocre. They look like a team who's going to be forced to throw the ball 40, 50 times a game because Madison isn't gonna be enough in the backfield. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings are going to have to seriously show me that they are. Kirk Cousins had a pretty decent game. Kirk Cousins just doesn't strike me as one of those guys where you could take talent, you know, such as Thielen, Cook, you know, and other guys away from him and put that added weight and that added responsibility on him. You know, we know he's going to target Justin Jefferson 10 to 12 times a game. We know that. But they're starting to turn into an extremely one-dimensional football team. Zadarius Smith is another one. I mean, the more I sit here and talk about the Vikings, the more I you know think about who they lost and the lack of what they replaced them with. So I don't see the Vikings being very competitive. I don't have them making the playoffs. But right now, at this current point in time, I would have to say I have them 2. I have them in second place. That's really all I got for Minnesota. We're gonna move on to the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers have had it hasn't even been interesting, really. It's just more so been, you know, unfamiliar territory. And not even really unfamiliar territory because, you know, this is exactly what happened when they drafted Aaron Rodgers to replace Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers set for 3 years. Jordan Love set for 3 years. When it was time for Aaron Rodgers to start, the Packers traded Favre to the Jets. When it was time for Jordan Love to start, Packers traded Rodgers to the Jets. Only difference is, at least Brett Favre was able to play in the damn uniform, man. I'm so devastated about this whole Aaron Rodgers situation. I'm devastated. I am devastated. I'm pretty devastated about this whole Aaron Rodgers situation, and that sucks. Zach Wilson was not expected. We're not talking about them right now. We're talking about the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love looked damn good week 1. Decent completion percentage, high QBR. You know, 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Romeo Doubs. Looks good. Looks good. I don't want to be that guy to be like, oh, it was the Bears, because in my opinion, the Bears didn't play terrible football. They did not play bad football. I think the Packers just came to play. I do. I think the Packers just came to play. Aaron Jones looks like he's, you know, not going to miss a beat. Christian Watkins didn't play, so, you know, moving forward, Jordan Love will be with his number 1 target. It's looking good. The Georgia boys that they drafted in the first round a couple years, Quay Walker had a pick 6, Devontae Wyatt had a sack. So, I mean, you love to see it. You really do love to see it. It's still too early though. It's still too early to know if the Bears are gonna be bad, or if the Packers are gonna whatever. It's still too early. It's still too early. To just week one, looking at the eye test, I like what I saw from Justin Fields. Looks like Chicago's gonna struggle running the football. And if they're gonna struggle running the football, or lack of production from their running back position, they're going to have to be more creative with this offense. You're going to have to get Justin Fields out in the open with his legs, and you're going to have to find ways to get these receivers open. Clay's Claypool had nothing. I mean, you got DJ Moore. I didn't hear his name too much. Darnell Mooney had a pretty good day. You got Cole Kmet and Robert Tonyan at tight end. So, I mean, you got to figure it out, guys. You got to figure it out. You have weapons. You have pieces. You got to be able to utilize Justin Fields in a way in which we can figure out, okay, is this kid what we think he is? And as far as Jordan Love, hell, if they can come out and do what they did as far as executing offensively, I think their defense will hold up. I really do. I really do think their defense will hold up. The Packers pulled this game out over the Bears, and it was a pretty good game. It was a pretty good game, but Jordan Love was the difference. Played almost flawless football. I don't think that's a line that too many people expected to hear or say this season, but the Packers look pretty good. Packers look pretty good week one, and they was missing some pieces, so we'll see what they look like, getting back to full strength. I wonder if they're in the mindset of I wonder if they feel bad for Aaron, or if it's like I'm glad we did this when we did type of deal. You have to imagine they feel bad for him, all the years, but that's just a tough situation. It's just tough. I could talk about that all day. And Chicago, last but not least. And again, too early. I think Justin Fields, from a fantasy perspective, is going to have one of the best seasons of all time. I could see Justin Fields going for over 3,500 yards, 4,000 yards on the air, and over 1,000 yards on the ground. But at the same time, I could also see the team being 5-12 with that happening. So I mean, the defense did look better. The secondary was a little skeptical, but them solidifying the middle with Tremaine Edmonds and T.J. Edwards from the Eagles, also getting oh my God. Am I really gonna forget this dude's name right now? Unique Ndakwe. There you go. Unique Ndakwe. The signing of Unique Ndakwe. I like the Bears defensively, but it's gonna come down to Justin Fields, and it's gonna come down to coaching. That's my honest opinion on the Bears. I think Matt Eberflus, I believe he's supposed to be an offensive-minded head coach. If that's the case, you got to be able to draw up some creative stuff, get Justin Fields out here and do some stuff to help y'all win some football games. Just saying. All right, this division is one of the hardest ones to rate, just because, honest to God, with Aaron Rodgers gone, any one of these teams get hot. This division to me is just like the NFC South. Anything could happen. Any one of the four teams could win. Anything could happen. You don't know with the NFC North. You don't know who's gonna come out on top. You just don't know. But we are here to do some rankings, and we are here to do some some stuff like that. So if he was asking me, and I had to sit here right now today and put something together as far as what I thought the season was going to look like when it came to a close in the NFC North, it would look like this. I would have the Detroit Lions 1. I would have The Minnesota Vikings 2. The Green Bay Packers 3. Chicago Bears 4. And unfortunately, in this particular division, I only see one team, which would be the division winner coming out as far as the playoffs. So that would be the Detroit Lions. That's what I got for the NFC North, guys. I appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you. Again, let me know how y'all like the video. As far as not seeing my face and just listening. And we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep it going. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Have a great day. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, and share. All that. Z out.